understanding of the Bible is so much more.
They can't.
I understand it more, whereas I didn't before.
Okay, good. Good. Let's go there. Now, all of you, none of you think you're following Satan, right? Nobody here think they're following Satan. No. Okay, all right. all right. Oh, they can't see it out there, but somebody give me that eraser real quick. Real quick. Okay. Right? The true God, right? Deal with what? Righteousness. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Satan deals with sin. Okay? Right? Satan deals with sin. Right? Well, the question is, it's easy. If you're serving sin, you're serving Satan. If you repent from your sin and serve Christ in righteousness and follow the laws, you're serving the real God. It's that simple. It's not hard. Now, if you're in the middle, you're serving Satan. Because Christ says, either be hot or cold. Because if you're in the middle, he'll spew you out. There's nothing worse than being in the middle because you're not getting blessings from either side. Satan like, listen, you might go over to him. And the Most High was like, well, hold up, you might go over to him. So you have to choose who you're going to serve. And usually, it's easier to serve Satan. Because with Satan, you don't have to change. And that is the worst. Listen, you might go over to him. And the Most High was like, well, hold up, you might go over to him. So you have to choose who you're going to serve. And usually, it's easier to serve Satan. Because with Satan, you don't have to change. And that is the worst doctrine. That's the worst part of the doctrine that's being taught in the Christian church right now. And let me tell you, I don't have no knock or personal knock against the Christian church. All right? We have a knock against sin. You can't teach people that it's okay to sin, and because Christ died for that, you can continue to do it. Christ died on the cross once. He's not going to die on the cross every time you sin purposely. So the same way Christ killed himself, you must kill yourself. Now he's covering your sins. Some people pray before they go sin. Well, God know my heart. He know that, He know that I want to do right. You're not getting in the kingdom on what you want to do. If you're serving righteousness, you're serving the Most High. If you're serving sin, you're serving Satan. And I'm going to show that. Let's get it. Get the book of James. No, I already got that. I went there Wednesday. There's something else I want to show here because I'm going to go at least another 20 minutes because I want to show something. The first king that Satan got into for government was who? Nimrod. You cannot rule the people but through what? Through fear and war. So he had to set up a man that all the nations feared. So that he can get this guy to help him build a tower to get back to the sides of the north to fight the Most High. What did the Most High do there? He split the tongues, right? So that they couldn't understand each other. So because if they would have accomplished it, if they would have did it, if the Most High wouldn't have stopped them, they would have accomplished their feat. They would have got to the side of the north because Satan promised to get there, right? So he split the tongue. Now here's where religion come in at. Even though their tongues were split, each nation that was there in Shinar during that time took the same worships and belief they learned under Nimrod to their respective countries under a different language. That's how you got religions today. Okay? They all are the same Babylonian worship under Nimrod and Satan. So because the Most High, don't forget that war against the serpent seed and the woman seed. So because the Most High kept foiling Satan's plans. Yes, sir.
What is the serpent?
The serpent seed first is the Nephilim. Let's get it. Go to Genesis 6:1. See, I'm trying to cram everything, knowing that we got some limited minutes here. But I can go until the sun come up. I don't care. But we have limited time. Genesis 6:1. Who's the serpent seed? Let's get it. Read it.
Genesis 6:1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
The sons of the Most High, these are angels here. They saw the daughters of men that they were fair. And they did what?
And they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh.
Go ahead.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
There go the serpent seed right there. Nephilim, giants. Okay. Read.
And also after that.
And also after that, to let you know that they would be reborn after the flood. So when Moses led the Israelites out, he was fighting against one, Og. Also, when Joshua sent spies to go to the land, there were giants in the land that made the people look like grasshoppers. Nephilim. Now, through years, Nephilim, or giants, they were able to morph with man so that they can walk amongst mankind and you don't know who they are. At one point, you can point them out at one time because they were giants. So they had to hide the fact that they were giants by dealing with people and lowering their stature through technology. And they did that from years, as it went on. Genetically. Now, in order to hide the fact that there was Nephilims in the earth, these big skulls and all that, which were called titans and gods, science came up with the story of the Neanderthal and 100 billion years ago and dinosaurs and all this mess. Because they couldn't hide the fact that if you're digging in the ground, you might run into one, you may find one of these inordinate skulls. So they had to make science to hide the people they're worshiping, or the beings they worship today. They're the seed of the Nephilim. This is the spirit that's controlling the governments today. They have children. And their children watch us closely through each government because they are at war with us. It's their job to keep the chosen seed, the seed of the woman, from ever realizing who they are because that puts you in the war against them. Now you're on Christ's side. Now, through each society, these same Nephilim tried to cut off the seed. They did it in Egypt when they tried to kill the seed that when Moses would come through to lead the people. They did it during the time of Rome when Herod sent out the wise men to try to kill Christ before he came in. That was the serpent the whole time, watching to try to stop the chosen seed from coming. And they do it today through abortion. They do it today through eugenics and Planned Parenthood. The Nephilim is still warring against that seed to stop us from multiplying. And diseases, yes. Okay? Read it. There were men of what?
When the sons of the Most High came unto the daughters of men, and they bare to them children, and they became mighty men.
They became mighty men. These are your Zeuses, your Jupiters, and all that. Okay? The Romans called them these names, but they were real. Read.
The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown. Go ahead.
And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Go ahead.
And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created, from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air.
Now, we know that he did that through a flood. Now, why did he do that through a flood? He did that because the Nephilim was going to consume mankind. Not only did they make Nephilim, or giants that were eating people and all that. Okay? That's where you get Jack and the Beanstalk and all those stories from. They also made animals that was consuming the animals of the Most High. Your dinosaurs, your Tyrannosaurus Rexes and all that. Kill the woman's seed. That's why Abraham's father was an idolater. He followed Nimrod. And it tell you in the Bible that Abraham came and tried to take the idols from his father. So it lets you know that his father didn't raise him. Noah and Shem raised him. Okay? So Nimrod tried to kill the woman's seed. Who else tried to kill the woman's seed? The Egyptians, through Moses. What were they dealing with? The sun god Ra. They was following the sun. Who else tried to kill the woman's seed? The Romans under Herod. Yes. And guess who's trying to kill the serpent seed now? Yes. Thank you, FEMA. But guess what? We got something. We know that the Most High God have a greater plan than what they're doing. They're trying to destroy the woman's seed. And the one world order has been assumed. What is the one world order? It's what Nimrod tried to accomplish in the beginning. All nations under one language, under Satan, to fight against the Most High's chosen seed. And now they've built their tower. They're out there in space. Go to the book of Obadiah. Go to the book of Obadiah. Okay. Hold up. All right, I'm just going to show a few pictures because I can't give you all the whole lesson because we don't have time to show you how we get from Egypt to America. Right? Romulus and Remus. Romulus and Remus. Okay? One would be the father of the Greeks. The other would be the father of the Romans. In myth, it was said that they were reared by a jackal. Yes. They were reared by a jackal. The father of the Greeks and the Romans. Satan gave them power. Later on, the Greeks was following Zeus, right? Zeus was their god, right? Read the book of Obadiah. I'm going to bring it here to America. I'm going to round it up. Start with the book of Obadiah. Read it.
Obadiah verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
Edom is the red man, which is the pure blood Edomite or Caucasian. Now, some people wonder, well, hold on, there's some good Caucasians. There are. But that's why they're going to destroy them, because they are amongst us. They don't know if they're Caucasian or their seed have mixed with Israel. So they're going to try to destroy them too. But we're talking about the pure blood Edomites or Idumeans. Read.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Read on.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
So the Caucasian race is really the smallest among the heathen. They're the smallest out of all the people in the earth. They're not the majority. They say that, but they're not the majority. If you put Israel together, we outnumber, we like the sands of the sea. We outnumber everyone. But you separate them into communities and break them down in communities and then compare yourself to them, then they're the minority. Nimrod. Read.
Thou art greatly despised.
They are greatly despised. Why? Every place they go, they bring religion, bloodshed, and destruction. Read.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. When you go into Genesis, the 36th chapter, it tell you Esau is Edom. One of Esau's sons' name was the Horites, or the Idumeans. When you translate that into Hebrew, Hebrew number 2356, it tell you the name of Esau's sons was cave dweller.
Wow. 2356.
Horites is cave dweller or Idumeans. So that kills that notion that the purebred Caucasians are Japhet. It tell you even in the scripture, in Genesis, some people teach that the so-called white man is Japhet because they took over Japhetic land or European land. Originally, they were not in Europe at all. They were in the mountains. They was in the mountains of Mount Seir. Then later, they was in the mountains of the Caucasus Mountains. They're the only people that was not promised any land. That's why any land they get, they must get through the sword. If you already have land, why you have to take it? Because they're the only people that wasn't promised land. They were blessed. Esau was blessed by his father Isaac. And his blessing is that he would live by the sword. That he would build governments by the sword or violence. Read.
The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock.
Thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rocks. Read.
Whose habitation is high.
To let you know they was up in the mountains. And they do that now. When they come into cities, they don't let the grass grow that's on the terrain. They put stone all over and make cities like the mountains, stones. When really there's life under that concrete. And then if you look at the skyscrapers, they look like mountains. Read.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
And that's what they're saying. Who's going to bring me down to the ground? Now, as you can see, the serpent linked in with each society and government to do what? Go out into space. And we're going to show you that he linked with Esau or Edom at the end. And these empires. Read.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as the what?
As the eagle.
That's a keynote prophecy to show you who Edom is, even though Edom tried to hide himself amongst the people. Every empire that Edom have ruled, the eagle have been his emblem. Here's an ancient Greek empires. Read.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as the what?
As the eagle.
That's a keynote prophecy to show you who Edom is, even though Edom tried to hide himself amongst the people. Every empire that Edom have ruled, the eagle have been his emblem. Here's an ancient Greece. Check out this archaeology here. And some of these relics here. An ancient Greece statue of Zeus and Ganymede. It says, now check out this guy. Now who would want to follow this guy? Check out Zeus here. Although Zeus was well known for his dalliances with various women, and thus infuriating his wife, the goddess Hera, Zeus didn't limit himself to young women. At least once, he also fell in love with a young boy, Ganymede, son of King Tros of Troy. Here he is, the guy that Zeus, the kid that Zeus had sex with in love, and he's wrapped around an eagle.
That is crazy.
Now, this is supposed to be art. This is some freakish madness. That's what this is. Okay? Now, I want y'all to see this. See that? This guy was dealing with little boys. All right? They even made a statue of him wrapped around an eagle. And the Bible tell you about bestiality too, man. What is this? He's butt naked. This is not right. Okay? Now, here it is. The eagle was a symbol of the mighty Roman Empire. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. This came from ancient Rome. Right? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. When Rome went out, when they went to war, they would bring a staff with an eagle on it. Rome. And when your kid joined the Boy Scouts, they put the same patch on your child. That's a patch from the Roman army, the spore, and your military. On your money, on your US dollar, on everything. It's the eagle, identifying the people that will be warned against the woman's seed, the chosen seed of the Most High.
I've been reading too, different literature, and I read about the reptilian.
Absolutely.
And so, like, it's a lot of stuff that I've been reading, and I just wasn't sure, but that just confirmed everything that I was reading outside of that, and conclusion with the Anunnaki and a whole bunch of other stuff.
They are at war with us, and they are controlling the other nations that are fighting against us. And see, the reason why Esau or Edom, the governments that are ruling now, the reason they are fighting against us is because of Bible prophecy. When Jacob received the blessing and the birthright that Esau thought belonged to him because he was the firstborn. So, because Satan had a problem with the Most High, and Esau had a problem with Jacob, that was the prime candidate for the serpent to use to fight against God's people. Because Esau was born before us. But the Lord said the elder shall serve the younger. So they have a problem. They know that if they don't stop us, that prophecy will be fulfilled and the nations would have to serve God's people. So they're like, let's stomp them out now. Let's get them before the Most High put power on them. We've already got them weak. Now let's take them out. Now we understand the reason we went through so much oppression, biological warfare, separation, family deterioration, self-hatred. All these things were fueled to keep us from getting our power, but they can't stop it. Many of us will die, but we will stand and rule. We will. Hitler. This was on Hitler's car. That was on Hitler's car. The eagle with the swastika. They try to make it seem like Hitler was bringing a different agenda than what they're bringing now. Same agenda, but he was just doing it too early. Well, no, they wanted those guys out of there anyway. They were just sacrifices to their God. Those people were sacrifices to Moloch. Here's more. The chosen seed of the Most High.
I've been reading too, different literature, and I read about the reptilian.
Absolutely.
And so, like, it's a lot of stuff that I've been reading, and I just wasn't sure, but that just confirmed everything that I was reading outside of that, and conclusion with the Anunnaki and a whole bunch of other stuff.
They are at war with us, and they are controlling the other nations that are fighting against us. And see, the reason why Esau or Edom, the governments that are ruling now, the reason they are fighting against us is because of Bible prophecy. When Jacob received the blessing and the birthright that Esau thought belonged to him because he was the firstborn. So, because Satan had a problem with the Most High, and Esau had a problem with Jacob, that was the prime candidate for the serpent to use to fight against God's people. Because Esau was born before us. But the Lord said the elder shall serve the younger. So they have a problem. They know that if they don't stop us, that prophecy will be fulfilled and the nations would have to serve God's people. So they're like, let's stomp them out now. Let's get them before the Most High put power on them. We've already got them weak. Now let's take them out. Now we understand the reason we went through so much oppression, biological warfare, separation, family deterioration, self-hatred. All these things were fueled to keep us from getting our power, but they can't stop it. Many of us will die, but we will stand and rule. We will. Hitler. This was on Hitler's car. That was on Hitler's car. The eagle with the swastika. They try to make it seem like Hitler was bringing a different agenda than what they're bringing now. Same agenda, but he was just doing it too early. Well, no, they wanted those guys out of there anyway. They were just sacrifices to their God. Those people were sacrifices to Moloch. Here's more. That's why I asked you, what God are you serving? The modern day pantheon are the churches. The pantheon is the Roman temple, as you can see right here. They have patterned the modern day churches after the Roman pantheons. Here are the gods. Here are the gods of Rome. Jupiter, Juno, Mars, Venus, Minerva, Neptune, Ceres, Vulcan, Diana, Bacchus, Mercury, Vesta, Isis, Pan, Mithras. They're the same as those three. Now, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you. Here are the gods of the Romans. Here they are. Here are the gods. Now, it's ironic that they have Ceres, right? The goddess Ceres. Let me get Ceres here. We're going to put this all in a study. I'm going to give it to you. I don't want to give it all away in one thing, because there's a lot of information we have to go through. It so happened. Let's see if I have it here. It so happened that the god Ceres, before she was Ceres, she was the pagan goddess Ashtoreth, and they have her on an old Babylonian relic right here, holding a torch. Look familiar? From ancient Babylon? Holding a torch. Hold up. Don't tell me we're not in Babylon. Then she was Ceres in ancient Roman Greece. Here she is with horns. The same goddess. 1786. Built on idolatry, witchcraft. And you're going to find that this country is built on idolatry, witchcraft, sorcery, and straight wickedness. And because we are exposing the fact that in the churches today that you are following the same gods, we are